Good afternoon and welcome to Stello Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, where this afternoon the number 3 seeded Bedford Bulldogs lock horns with the number 2 Portsmouth Clippers in an NHIAA Division I girls soccer matchup. I'm Lauren Fox, and alongside my broadcast partner Bill Klein, we will have all the action from up here high above Stello Stadium. And Bill, I've got to say there are a few things that are a treat. First of all, we got to do a game that was a 3 o'clock game the other day. Easier to see players. We have the same thing here, a 4 o'clock game, so we're going to get some dusk. It's a gray day. The sun really doesn't play into anything at all. But the other piece is you have these two teams matching up in a game that we broadcast from Bulldogs Stadium. Bulldogs won that one in double overtime, 1-0 off a score from Grace Odell. What do you expect we'll see today in the game?
Well, I think it's also very notable that these two teams met in the same exact match, same seeding last year. Bedford won 1-0. The two teams have been really, every game that they've had that I've been aware of, it's been really, really close. And who knows? It's beautiful. It's 70 degrees.
It's 70 degrees. It's beautiful, although there is a little bit of a chill in the air coming now. And another piece that enters into all of this is the Bulldogs this year have allowed 5 goals. Portsmouth this year has allowed 5 goals. Both teams have played 18 games. So on average, they give up a goal basically once every 3.6 games. So goals are going to be at a premium such that I even went through today and looked up what the NHIAA playoff rules would be in the event of a tie. So we would go a full 80, play 15, have a 2-minute break, play another 15, and then go to PKs, which is never how you want to see a game decided. You prefer the games decided in the first 80 or somewhere along the line in the sudden victory over time, as it's known. So as it stands, we're ready to go, but would not expect to see a whole lot of goal scoring in today's game. Then again, we said the same thing the other day against Merrimack, and there were 4 goals scored in the first 5.5 minutes.
The one thing I guess I picked up on my research before coming here today was the fact that Bedford scored 5 goals in the first round with another shutout, and then 4 goals in the quarterfinals to get here, where the Portsmouth ladies only added, I believe it was only 2 or 3 goals in their 2 wins to get here. So Bedford's been pumping the ball in the net, and we'll see if that occurs today. And obviously, though, both teams very defense-minded.
Morris Crowder back to Morris, sends it in, and the goalie Haley Coombs picks it up on a couple hops, and she'll get rid of it. And both of it is anchored as well by the fact that each team has a stalwart keeper in net. Bedford, of course, has Zoe Santos, who set the school record for shutouts. I think the number is officially 36. And Haley Coombs is one who backed up an established senior, bided her time on the bench for a couple years, and is now the starter. And these two, when you're having a conversation as far as all-state keepers, these two are some of the first couple names that you mentioned. Great ball up top. Portsmouth charging down the line, and Annie Parker will send it in, but across the line it'll be a Bedford goal kick.
One thing different than what you've seen on the field tonight is, or this afternoon actually, is the fact that they're using the diagonal system of control, 3-person system, and same official that we had in our last match, Heather Doucette, who played high school soccer, and I believe she played in college as well, is on the line with primary duties out of bounds and offsides. The lines here are a little different in coloration too. A little hard to see with the way that the fence is set up down at the bottom of the stands here.
Morris pops in the middle over to Diaz. Crowder now has it, sends it up to Grace Odell on the left side. Odell one time over the head of the goalie Coombs off the net, off the bar, and then with a chance at it was Ava Dubois, but unable to finish. Kind of a tough hop for Ava.
Unfortunately, we don't have replay.
Right,
You're
yes.
looking at me, I'm looking at you.
No, I did get that email. I saw that we do not have replay, so I'm okay with it. It's a luxury when we do have
it.
So
it is.
It's not an expectation at this point.
No,
Come on, we're not working for ESPN yet, man.
It's close, though. Feels like it to me.
For real. I mean, we get to call an NHIAA semifinal game, so.
And I'm with you.
Truth. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Crowder sends it up. Lana Morris can't get to it. Now Anna Diaz to the right side to Ava Dubois, back to Crowder, stolen there and sent back over top. And Bedford will try to get rid of it there, send it back to Zoe Santos. Does Cloutier, and Santos has a hard time getting rid of it after Maggie Parker charges in, but fortunately for the Bulldogs is able to do so. And then Anna Diaz trying to divest the Portsmouth mid of the ball, but Runke comes away with it. And that one, Bedford got away with a mistake early on. Cloutier had a hard time settling the ball, sent it back to Santos, and Zoe couldn't handle it off that ball from Santos. Now one sent in the middle, and now sent by Michael to the flag, and it will go out of bounds against the flag for a throw. But was there a penalty called before that?
Offsides.
Okay, there you go.
I got to figure out exactly how to go to the right and the left here. There's this massive post in front of me.
You have an obstructed view seat. It wasn't shown that way on the chart.
All I was looking at was the official, and you saw the hand go up, thinking, yeah, well, it was a violation.
I heard the whistle and the violation, and I saw a couple bodies on the floor, but it was an offside call, not what I thought it was, which was something related to the bodies on the floor. Bedford sends the ball to the left side. Collins steals it. Now it'll be Michael sending it up the left side out of bounds. Bedford will have a chance to settle things here.
I think there's a substitute that's been signaled to come in, but the referee did not notice that the lines person on this side was signaling for that.
That always complicates matters a bit. Morris with a head to Diaz. Now Morris will send it to Lana Morris, her sister. And Lana takes it from the 30. Couple dribbles, looking to Ava Dubois on her right. Now Ava sends it into the box. Grace Crowder biding her time getting in there. Now Grace Odell will send it off the Portsmouth defender, and the two jostling for position up against the end line off the Portsmouth defender, and that one will roll across the out-of-bound line. It'll be a corner kick for Bedford down here on the near side.
The one thing some of the officials here in New Hampshire do work in the youth soccer groups and whatnot, other systems, including college, and they work with the three-man system quite often. But some of the referees, when you get into NHIAA playoffs like this, have not done that many games, either with a flag or in the middle.
Humphrey, a strong leg, sends it into the box. Bedford heads it. Now the ball is loose in the box, rattling around. One time there and into the back of the net for the Bulldogs. Could not make out who it was. Didn't see the jersey from the backside, but you know how it is, Bill. Off a set piece like that, the goal of the defensive team is get that ball out of the box, and that thing rattled around there for a good 10 seconds before Bedford finally put it in, and there is no way I would have bet this game would have been 1-0, 5:26 in, yet here we are.
Jeepers. Wow. That was, I think there were, if I was counting, there probably were 4 attempts to kick the ball. And half of them, they actually connected, but they was just bouncing back and forth. Just amazing. Finally put in behind the keeper.
We do not have replay on this one, as Bill Klein pointed out, which means that we'll be at the mercy of whoever's doing public address to get us that information. Ball goes off of Ailish Honda. It'll be a Bedford throw over here on the near side. Kate Michael will send it up. Now to Grace Odell, the ball to midfield. And if you're Bedford, you can play now with a little bit more confidence. You have that 1-0 lead. However, you also don't want to lag back and take too deep of a breath at this point. You know that your defense is strong. You've gotten away with a big mistake early on in the game, but what you need to do now is maintain that pressure. And who would have ever thought that sort of an innocuous play down in the corner, Grace Odell fighting for the ball, would have ultimately led to that goal.
Quick throw in to try to keep this attack going, because other than 2 opportunities early, it's been pretty much Bedford.
Crowder to Diaz to Crowder, stolen. Now Neve Humphrey with it. Actually, Kate Michael, I should say. Off of Michael, Portsmouth with it. Sent up to Stella Bolduc is who they're looking for down the right side. Instead, it's Maggie Parker running a dead sprint to the end line. Lana Morris with the goal. 5. Did we have, who had the assist? No assist. All right.
Thank you.
Lana Morris with the first goal for the Bulldogs. My bet was it was Morris, not a Morris. It was Lana, or it was going to be Anna Diaz there, but can't see anybody back. It's hard to make that estimation.
As surprising, I think, as that early goal was to a certain extent, although I'm not honestly surprised. These Young ladies, like I said, right as the game was starting, I was talking about the fact they've scored 9 goals in the last two matches.
Agreed.
But the error that Zoe, the Bedford keeper, made there was just like shocking.
Yeah, it was
so consistent.
She's very consistent, but what I will say on that play was it was a series of unfortunate events, as it were. You had Araceli Cloutier couldn't really get that good first touch on the ball, and rather than try to do something with it and bail herself out, she made the right choice, what is ordinarily the right choice, but got a little too much under the ball, and Zoe didn't really get a true hop off the turf, and the next thing you know, Zoe's forced to make an athletic play, which she did at the right time, and it's those instincts that make a big difference. Saw it when I was watching the NWSL game on Saturday night, and there was a keeper who didn't come out quite far enough, who really could have pursued on a play. You get the idea. Zoe's style, from what we've seen, is to come out and pursue that play and try to lock it down and cut the angles. And, hey, you got to beat me off the dribble if you're going to beat me.
Exactly. Yeah, she's done a great job of cutting the angle, being in the right place, and making it look easy, too, with her judgment, which has been, just exemplary.
Michael,
big word,
controls it. Exemplary is a big word. Gets it to Morris.
I don't know where I got that.
Morris over to the far side. Dubois to Diaz. Diaz to Morris up the left side, or up the right side, I should say. And that one will stay in bounds. Diaz, who is seemingly everywhere, up to Morris. Morris dribbling around, and not a whole lot going on there. And tried to get rid of it, unable to. And now Portsmouth looks like they'll have something going, coming back the other way. Unless Grace Crowder has something to do with it.
I don't.
Nice clear there by Portsmouth, and Kate Michael has to look to her right and get rid of the ball, but you have Maggie Parker coming down with a full head of steam. Check that. Nersessian coming down with a full head of steam. The ball stolen, but Bedford sends it out of bounds. It'll be a Portsmouth throw from the near side just to our right.
Unlike most other sports, the soccer field or the soccer pitch, as I know you like to say sometimes.
Oh, I'd never say that's not my word. That's a Sean Diaz word.
I know. But anyway, it's not a standard size field. There are parts of it that need to be the goal area, the penalty area, size of circles, etc. But the overall size, this field to me, and I didn't realize it, it was originally a regular turf field, but it seems to be wide. Wide.
It is wider than the field at home, that much I will say. It is the same length. It's football field plus end zone, but it's also got that expanded real estate on the sidelines too.
And the name of the field, Mata Field, if you saw on the scoreboard or are aware of that, between John Mata and Stellus Electric, they put the money in to build this.
Impressive.
John Mata owns Dunkin' Donuts in southern New Hampshire.
Funny.
Quite a few.
I then had something to do with the financing of this field.
Absolutely.
It should be Bill Klein and Lauren Fox Field, because we've had something to do with this also. 1-0 Bulldogs, 29:30 left in the first. Ball sent, tried to clear it out. Anna Diaz picked a pocket right there and almost did it again, but Portsmouth will head back the other way.
Maggie Parker looked to me like she grabbed Anna as she tried to pass her. Or Anna, I'm sorry, Anna Diaz.
Yes, I think it might have been, you might have found the other Parker. This one's further up. Oh, yes. All right. I had the Parkers backwards. Yep. I had Annie. Annie is our Parker up front. Maggie is our Parker in the back. You were correct. There's got to be a lot of soccer discussions in that house.
Between that and the everything else that these students are involved with, it's not just soccer this time of year, obviously.
Busy days. Now sent up by Neve Humphrey. Grace Crowder with it. Tries to find Lana Morris. Instead finds a Portsmouth backliner. And Portsmouth will send it back the other way. I will say, in spite of the score, Portsmouth's front line is extremely quick and their back line very strong legs. So Bedford would be fortunate if they were to find a way to keep Portsmouth off the board here today. That's going to be the tall order. This is a very good Clipper team. Kylie Morris sends it over to the left side to Odell. Odell deflects, and now Portsmouth trying to hold it in and get something started, but that is a taller order than it would seem.
The left forward for Portsmouth showed us some really excellent speed. on that run back at the beginning of the game. Got a number of players coming on and off the field right now. John Mata, by the way, could be listening to this. He has been a resident of Nashua, New Hampshire for many years, but has other property and his duties. He's actually the president of the United States Adult Soccer Association.
I did not even know there was such a thing.
Former player. He played, I believe, 1 year at the pro level for the Apollos.
Crowder, Morris, Diaz, back to Morris in the box with the left foot just to the left of the net. Great opportunity, excellent passing by the Bulldogs to get that chance.
Wow. That was a good left foot opportunity there for her, and she was going for the open corner closest to her, which was the highest percentage shot that she could have picked.
That was the right idea.
Nice
Good play on that ball. Pass over to the near side. Nersessian loses it, and it will be Kate Michael with the throw. Now Annie Zink will fight for it to another freshman, Anna Diaz, to the middle to Lana. Lana looking around, looks to her right, finds Ava Dubois, controls the ball. Ava fighting for it, keeps fighting for it. Now dribbles around the Portsmouth defender, and nothing doing there. Couldn't get around Bella Slover, and it will be a Bedford throw from the far side.
Welcome to the Bedford High School Bulldog Girls Soccer Clinic. The passing, the control, just amazing.
I've heard, obviously you and I are huge fans and have watched a lot of the games that these girls have played. The team that whoever wins this game will go on to play, Exeter, is supposedly pristine when it comes to that. A left foot, send to the box. Haley Coombs, I should say, will dive to her left and make the save. And Bedford is controlling the ball on the offensive end to a degree that I don't know that I'd quite expected, at least in the early going. Nice job by Araceli heading the ball, getting it back across midfield. And now Lana Morris will bother Olivia McCormack down on the defensive end. Dubois gets shoved away, and McCormack and Lana Morris fight for the ball. McCormack falls for it on her own volition, and Grace Crowder winds up with it. Crowder with a pass trying to find Morris to her right, can't. Portsmouth attempts a clear, and instead Kylie Morris will hold it in, play point guard from there. Now find Crowder. Crowder, Morris, looking for Annie Zink on the near side. Bedford trying to do something to hold the ball in, but unable to do so. Nice defensive play made there by, I believe that was Emily Kumpf, the defender on the near side.
As Lauren mentioned a couple times there have been a few situations, some bumping, possibly grabbing, whatnot, and you've got the one official with the whistle out in the middle. That means that we don't have two different officials with their own opinions of what to call.
Yes.
And he's been consistent both ways so far. Has basically called virtually nothing, which is maybe fine.
Yes, that may just be okay.
Give him credit.
Annie Parker streaking down the left side off a pass. Araceli Cloutier doing a nice job to tackle the ball and send it into the bushes.
Back years ago when John was president of the New Hampshire Soccer Association for all youth soccer in the state, he also was I'm not sure if he was a national soccer referee or not, but his relationship that he had with the National Association back then afforded me an opportunity to get me a game down in the Mid-Atlantic area, U.S. women's team tryout, where a group of different teams were put together. And if it hadn't been for John, I don't think I would have been down there.
Wow.
He was amazing. Great guy.
Player movement for the Bulldogs. And Portsmouth controlling now in the offensive end, trying to get something set up. Ball sent into the box, and Santos will play it there. We had Crowder come off, and I'm confident that that was in favor of McKenna Snow for the time being, I think. But I'm trying to place who left and who stayed. We have Grace Odell up top, as well as Ava Dubois and Annie Zink. Lana Morris is playing mid now, as is Anna Diaz and Kylie Morris. Ball headed by Kate Michael, and Michael gets absolutely cleaned out there by Stella Bolduc.
Sorry, I just whacked my microphone there. There's bees up here in the press box
We have
today.
bees and spiders. It's like Wild Kingdom.
It's Halloween.
It is
Spider
Halloween.
Part. The bees,
Yes,
I don't know.
absolutely. So a penalty called on that one on Bolduc, I should say. I mispronounced the name.
Speaking of the officials, note here I'm going to get in as soon as I can. Become an official. You make the call.
Nice header in the box by Morris, and Portsmouth will send that one out of bounds. And again, a corner kick. And that one, I've got to say, is an unforced error. That one, would positioning have stayed the same, would have just rattled out of bounds, or you send it over the sideline for a throw. But that set piece isn't what you want coming out of that.
I think it probably shows a little bit of maybe frustration or that and physical wear down on the defenders here.
So it'll be Neve trying the corner kick from the side. That one gets over everybody all the way to the far side to Kylie Morris. Kylie trying to hold it in, and now sends it back to Ava Dubois. Ava with a mighty boot off the Portsmouth defender. Out of bounds. It'll be Bedford throw far side.
Officiating allows you to get close to the game, become a role model, demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sport officials promote the integrity of the game we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. And we need more officials.
Yes, and bus drivers.
And sane politicians.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No. Wow. If you wanted a sane one, I'm not one. At least not sane. Yes.
Mr. Fox.
I'm here broadcasting a soccer game on a beautiful Monday night. Nobody would ever question my sanity for that. Come on. It's a good place to be.
And we're both going to shoot home and hand out some candy after
Absolutely.
This, right?
And some of these girls who are freshmen on the Bulldogs team are going to keep trick-or-treating. But getting back to the officials, new officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, please visit www.NHIAA.org. It has been a long time since I've had to do like a real live read. That was fun. Oh, wait. We got a bunch more. We'll do all of them. There's nothing more sad. I may have them all done by the end of the first half. There's nothing better than like, oh, hey, my reads are all done.
And I'm going to let you do it.
Yes.
I give up.
I kind of took that one. Sorry. 1-0 Bulldogs halfway home in the first half. Bedford has done a solid job to this point. They have controlled the momentum. They have controlled the flow of the game by and large. That one may have been a handball by the Portsmouth defender. Ava Dubois may have also just gotten away with a little bit of a body, but regardless, it'll be a Bedford throw on the far side.
It's really incredible. I know last year was pretty nice. We were out in Exeter for this match.
Ball sent into the middle. Kate Michael had a shot at it. Nothing doing. Now it'll be Neve Humphrey with an opportunity. Gets it to Grace Odell. Portsmouth backline stops it. And now Portsmouth will try to get something going. And it'll be sending it in. Bolduc and chasing her own ball that went off the side of her foot. Sari Stein with it. Sari sends it across the near sideline. It'll be a Portsmouth throw. We talk about games where the games move slowly and it feels like time stretches on for eternity. This is not one of those games. Not even close.
No, this has been a quick one.
About the fastest 21 minutes of my life.
We've just passed 19 minutes.
Don't know how that ball got out of there, but it did toward the goal, and a penalty called there on McKenna Snow. And it will be a set piece for Portsmouth from where the official's standing in front of us. If you're enjoying the game, you can check out more BHS sports from Bedford Community TV on your Roku or soon to be Apple TV. You can also watch via Cablecast Screenweave app on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen.
You can see that this system of control, the one referee, he's doing a really good job of showing that he's got command of the field.
His body language exudes confidence.
It does.
Left foot coming for Guaracino. The freshman sends it into the box. Now Bolduc had a shot at it. She just couldn't get her body around it. Sends it out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Zoe Santos.
the basic mechanics are that he's going to position himself where he's looking at the linesman in the end of the attack as the play goes down the field, so that you actually have you still have two officials that are watching the play. However, the linesmen or assistant referees primarily, like I've said, and many people know, it's the out of bounds and the offsides.
He is like the Ed Hockley of the NHIAA girls soccer. Just with how he just moves with a degree of confidence. Bedford going back the other way. Crowder with it, still cruising up the line as Grace Crowder takes another dribble, now sends it all the way up the line to Ava Dubois. And can Ava get to it? She can, but unfortunately couldn't get around it to send it into the middle. It'll be a Portsmouth throw. No. That's a Bedford corner kick. Wow, Ava managed to send that one off the Portsmouth defender. Bedford's got its third corner kick of the game.
And unlike the corner kick that Portsmouth gave up, and they shouldn't have really, I'm sure these players are capable of getting the ball out over the touchline, sideline.
This one was earned, and it was Sari Stein who will be taking it for the Bulldogs. Sends it into the box. The goalie, Coombs, has it go off her hands. What was whistled? Did you see?
No.
I know it's not offside. It may have been a push in the back, judging from how a player is sort of gingerly getting up. But
yeah, I didn't see her actually. She was probably trying to get up in the air and maybe pushed off the defender.
So Portsmouth will get what amounts to a goal kick from that line.
You know, all the games, Lauren, that we've seen, I'm going to say this center official, the referee, is probably by far the fittest.
Hence the Ed Hockley comment.
Yeah, I mean, really.
And Kenneth Snow hits the dirt.
A good strong whistle.
Bedford will get a throw.
When you blow the whistle, you're supposed to blow it. Show some control, presence.
Portsmouth may have a chance here. 50-50 ball. Sari Stein goes up, gets tangled up with Avery Timmerman, and Bedford winds up winning the ball. Good no call on that one.
Actually, the referee did signal play on. The Portsmouth girl did contact the Bedford player in the back, knocking her to the ground, but Bedford kept the ball, so the advantage.
Nice steal there made by Kylie Morris.
Again, nice call.
Yep. A couple times we've seen play go on if advantage, and that's a mark of a very good official where the whistle isn't constantly blowing, because if a team's got the advantage, they've got the advantage. Don't take the wind out of their sails.
And it's so sad when we see the whistle blow and the team has a clear scoring advantage going on into the goal area, and the whistle blows, and that momentum is just it makes a foul look like a foul that was a smart one to foul the player, and it shouldn't be like that.
Bullduck back to Collins to Bullduck again, trying for, but nothing doing. I think they kicked it off of Bullduck's hand, but nothing called there.
Play on.
Now another opportunity for Portsmouth. Ball sent into the box, and that one will go over the end line harmlessly. It'll be a goal kick for the Bedford Bulldogs.
4 players coming in for Portsmouth. 1 for Bedford. Just over 14 minutes left in the first half. Score is still 1-0, Bedford over Portsmouth. We've seen that 1-0 score stand up in the past, but like Lauren had mentioned at the beginning of this match, we went to double overtime not too long ago.
Yeah, that one, a well-played game, a nail-biter straight through. And in fact, that was the only loss of the season, or the regular season, I should say, for Portsmouth. They went 15-1. They did not play Exeter this year, so Bedford the only blemish on their perfect season. As Annie Parker dribbles and sends it towards Zoe Santos, but Zoe picks it up after it crosses the end line. It'll be a Bedford goal kick.
You know what? You just said something that reminded me that what I was trying to figure out how many goals were scored against them. They had the bye for being the second seed in the first round. So
yes.
They didn't play 2 games.
Yes.
This is their second game. They only had the 1 game.
Yep. They
beat Pinkerton.
They're the 2.
One of the other teams that were, who knows.
I will say the Bedford-Pinkerton game was a tough game, tough opponent. but may have been a different game if it were played on a sunny day instead of in the rain. That one made things far more difficult for the Bulldogs, but it also made things more difficult for Pinkerton. But when you throw weather in, that can be an equalizer oftentimes. So ball knocked out of bounds. Portsmouth throw over on the far side, taken there, and Kylie Morris will head it, tries to get it out of there. Now giving chase, Ava Dubois to Crowder, to Lana Morris. Lana looking, has Anna Diaz in the middle, instead keeps it herself. Now sends it off of Ava Dubois on the near side, and seeing some players in spots that we don't ordinarily see them. Ava started the game on the right side. Now Ava's over here on the left. Lana, Anna Diaz up on the front line. And these combinations ostensibly based on things that Coach Winning and her staff are seeing in the game and things that they're trying to exploit as the game goes on.
That last substitution, actually, for Portsmouth, we had 4 players either return to the field or whatever, come out of the field. I wonder if Coach Mickey Smith had a good talk with them, told them do things a little bit differently.
Ball sent into the box. Santos comes off the line and gets absolutely taken out.
I pull a card off on that one.
And we will see. He is speaking to her. But truthfully, it should be a card. That's absolutely out of the question. If the keeper establishes a path to the ball like that, it is not within your right to go after the keeper in that manner.
And that is possibly one of the most important calls that he's had this entire match. And I have to say that I'm shocked,
he absolutely
and the Bedford fans are too.
Yeah, that is completely inexcusable. And particularly when you're talking about an all-state keeper or caliber keeper in Zoe Santos, that could have a lot of impact on the game. I mean, Zoe that wasn't a soft hit. We'll go back and watch it later. But, she's probably still got a couple cobwebs going on up there from that one.
She's human. I'm sure she does. But like we've mentioned this before, that in talking about, what you call, what you don't call. And I've mentioned that generally speaking, officials tend to protect the keeper. Benefit of the doubt.
It's like the quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a case for a yellow card. Caution.
If that isn't, I'm not quite sure what is. So that may dictate what we see or don't see for the remainder of the day.
I would think that if there was an assessor here, he would have written down, actually, I'll take it one step further. It could have been a red card.
Okay.
It was almost that bad. She lined her up and made no effort to stop.
Yep.
Had time.
Yeah, she absolutely did have time to get out of the way. I will never – there are certain times it's appropriate to call a player a dirty player, but I don't think that's one of those times. But it was certainly not a clean soccer play and not something that if you were coaching the team would be rewarded or discussed favorably in the next practice.
Quite frankly, Lauren, the way this game has gone, if I were the head coach of Portsmouth, I probably would have subbed her out.
Whistle there. It'll be Bedford getting a free kick from about the 39-yard football line. And it will be Araceli Cloutier taking the kick. I don't know that I remember seeing Araceli wearing cotton candy shoes, but she's got different colors on today.
Pink and blue? Is that
She's got pink and blue going.
One pink, one blue.
It's cotton candy.
Is there another player that's got the opposite?
I don't know. That's a good question, though. A little chip shot up and over. Bedford couldn't get through the Portsmouth line. And it will be Haley Coombs getting rid of it. Now Kylie Morris holds it in, gets it over to Grace Odell. High kick off Abigail Nersessian. Kylie Morris, a nice slide tackle. The ball pokes it away. And then the ball sent up the line, trying to find Nersessian. Nothing doing. Kate Michael gets in the way and sends it out of bounds.
With the pressure on here, that was a good decision to give up the throw.
Collins' throw off the head of Michael. Now to Crowder. Ball bouncing around in the middle. Diaz with the head. Now Crowder and McCormack fight for the ball. It's loose up top. Ball sent into the box, and Santos will go to her right and control it. See what she decides to do with it. 8:10 left here in the first. Bulldogs 1, Portsmouth Clippers nothing. That play is one that I will be curious to see when Bill Jennings throws this game up on YouTube. That would be Andrew. Bill doesn't know what the YouTube is.
Or Ruoko?
Roku is what he called it when he was a youth growing up in Mass. They called it Roku. Ball sent over to the near side. Nersessian with it. Michael tries to steal it. Now Nersessian grabbed onto Michael with both hands. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a Portsmouth throw down the far side.
Portsmouth fans are cheering for the throw-in call.
That was a very handsy play.
Weren't happy with the lack of the whistle blown by the referee.
Either side
could have
been
another
made that
big,
claim.
Here goes Mickey
Bedford
Smith
girls
with another wholesale line change.
Bedford girls volleyball continues its dominance across the state. The JV and freshman teams won state titles this season. Top-seeded varsity team continues its quest for a three-peat as they battle the fourth-seeded Exeter Bluehawks this coming Tuesday at Pinkerton Academy in the NHIAA semifinals. Catch all the action live right here on BCTV HD 1072 and our YouTube channel at 7 p.m.
And I'm looking forward to that matchup tomorrow night over at Pinkerton.
What'd you see, Bill?
I couldn't.
Oh, there you go.
The post. Was, as I moved to look out the window where they have the similar windows to what we have back in Bedford at Bulldogs Stadium, and it makes it really difficult to see through them now where the sun is, especially.
So Portsmouth kick, Zoe Santos moving her wall, and the ball sent into the box there. Santos will come up to make the play, grabs it with two hands, knocks it down, and then recovers it off that kick by Bella Slover, and Santos will send it right back the other direction.
Good timing like usual. There she is. Zoe making the play and showing that she's not, in quote, injured or afraid to come out after that prior hit that she took.
Morris, nice header over to the far side to Anna Diaz. Now to McKenna Snow. Snow tries to control, struggles to, gets it to Morris in the middle. And now tries to send it up top, nothing. Portsmouth a big ball, and Zoe Santos will let it get to her. And it is going to cross that 18 line. Zoe will pick it up. It's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to www.wbnh.bedfordnh.org for the stream link. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, Radio Garden, and the Town of Bedford app. Just tell Alexa to play Bedford 105.1.
Lauren, you're gifted.
You're too kind.
That is.
The bar is low.
You so far.
Thank you.
Outread me. I'll tell you, I always struggled with English. I was in the science area, not English, and that includes reading.
Science does involve reading.
You'd think with all the talking I do.
Yes. No, that's good.
You know
that's a form of communication. Zoe sends it out off the head of Grace Crowder. Now Lana Morris had a shot, instead cleared there by Slover. Now Morris tries to control it, nothing doing, but the other Morris able to win that 50-50 ball just inside midfield. Diaz on the spot to Lana Morris. Now back to Grace Crowder. Crowder surrounded by Clippers and now sends it out of there trying to find Anna Diaz, but Anna couldn't get by Evie Douglas. And the ball will stay in bounds. Anna holds it in, but knocked away by Portsmouth. It'll be Bedford throw on the far side. 4:10 left in the first. Bedford on top 1-0.
This stadium was designed by one of the top engineering and architectural firms in New Hampshire. And it's interesting, the way that the trees surround it protect the light. It's a much better field as far as that low light coming down that affects the players in their eyes, which Zoe doesn't have to deal with here this afternoon, even though she's got the end, which on many fields would have been very, very tough.
It is also a picturesque setting in fall to play a soccer game.
They've had
a treat to be here on a Monday afternoon.
I'm not
sure. And then trick or treating later. Come on, what could be better? What are you going to go as?
Well, did I say on air that our town council suggested that I go as Bill Jennings?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Grace Crowder with the ball, gets it to her back line. Kate Michael. Michael pops it up over midfield. And Lana Morris will win that ball, but nobody's there to help. Anna Diaz giving chase. Now Bedford trying to hold it in, but they're doing a great job of really pestering the Portsmouth midfielders and forcing them to be almost defensive midfielders more so than anything else. Ball set out of bounds. It'll be Bedford throw this side of midfield.
One of the advantages going as Bill Jennings is obviously
nobody knows who you are. No, everybody knows who you are.
The first name, and well, he's so well known around. I mean, you know, that no one's going to ask me what am I dressed up as. They're going to say, "Hi, Bill." Oh, wait a minute, are you Bill?
When you go as Jennings, though, they expect that you're going to get something done. That's the hard part. Like they want things from you. Ball sent up, Anna Diaz grabs it out of there. Now the Portsmouth backliner comes up with it. Diaz and Morris communicate very well. Kylie Morris sends it out. Problem solved. David Dubois gives chase. Now back to the backline again. Kate Michael with a head. And the ball stolen there by Bulldog. Now Kylie Morris is fighting there with Annie Parker. Parker looking for a teammate, trying to get something going. That Bedford backline doing a great job. Ball sent into the box. Zoe Santos grabs it on one hop, and we're at the 2-minute or so mark. You have a military issue stopwatch. I haven't seen one of those since I was a pup. It doesn't?
Oh, no.
It looks like something from Pulp Fiction.
The reason I grabbed this, honestly, was because this is so much easier. You don't have to think.
You use that officiating.
Stopwatch.
That's true. You don't have to go on/off.
No, you don't have to set a time for a countdown or anything else.
Odell with the head tries to find Diaz. Now Crowder, a couple drag backs.
Nice
Crowder
job.
looking in front of her, sends it over to the far side. Ava Dubois giving a look. She can't get it. Anna Diaz can, though. Now back to the far side where it's going to be a Portsmouth throw. So what does the official Klein time have?
1:30 to play.
1:30.
Be easy to get confused because one lap around this watch's field is 30 seconds. It's
that would be easy to get confused. Minute. I would be very much so. Portsmouth throw up the far side. Morgan Runke, I should say, with it. Left foot into the box. Bull Duck had a chance at it. Couldn't get to it. Now Bedford will clear it. Well, Grace Odell to Grace Crowder, and now Bedford looks like they're on the attack. Crowder with the left foot up the left sideline, has Lana Morris in the middle. See what else she's got. She's got to make a move, sends it toward the end line. Lana Morris giving chase, but can't catch the ball, and it will be a Portsmouth goal kick. Bedford on top 1-0. About a minute left in the first.
Stella Baldick did everything she could to get up off the ground to head that ball in the goal area for Portsmouth, and couldn't quite reach it.
Difficult play, 50-50 ball there. Odell winds up winning it, and that will do it for us here in the first half of play. So we have played 40 minutes to this point. I was thinking it was going to be scoreless at halftime. That is not where we are. Instead, Bedford scored 5 minutes, 26 seconds in off a corner kick. Alana Morris goal made it 1-0, and that is where we stand right now. We will come back to you in about 9.5 minutes. You are watching Bedford Bulldogs NHIAA playoff soccer on BCTV. Welcome back to Stellar Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. Bedford Bulldogs girls soccer team taking on the Portsmouth Clippers in a Division I NHIAA semifinal game. Lauren Fox alongside Bill Klein. And Bill, we watched 40 minutes of soccer earlier on. Some very good soccer. 1 goal scored by the Bulldogs, 5:26 in. Lana Morris knocked one in off a set piece. But what we saw was Bedford playing with good confidence, controlling the ball. The chess pieces that Michelle Winning was moving on the field, she was moving appropriately and had a reason for what she was doing, why she was doing what she was doing. What would you expect to see going into the last 40 minutes?
I'm expecting Bedford to go back to the way things were in the beginning of the game, where Portsmouth, for the last, after that mass substitution, as I mentioned, seemed to click better. I think it kind of took the Bedford girls by surprise, and I have a feeling that we're going to see some nice crisp, a little more controlled. They may try to slow the game down a little bit and do some magic. They certainly had shots.
So for Portsmouth, Annie Parker is the one who's going to wind up taking the kickoff that will open the second half. She has on the front line Ailish Honda with her, but instead sends it back to her sister Maggie Parker, and then sent back. Portsmouth with a steal, and Araceli Cloutier circling the ball to figure out what to do with it. Sends it way out of that Bedford defensive end, right back in though. Kylie Morris will do her best to control the dribble and take it back the other way. And Portsmouth looks like early on they're stacking the box. A lot of offensive players, which means that if Bedford can get some selective runs, that may make a difference in this game. Parker with it, sends it up front. Cloutier now. And the intensity that Portsmouth has coming out of that first half, you can absolutely feel.
There is momentum. They're surprising me a little bit.
They're playing with a degree of energy that we didn't see them have in the first half, but we'll see if that translates to balls in the back of the net.
They had a couple nice crosses. Chip.
Portsmouth on a run up the right side. Nothing doing. Nice job there by Kate Michael to steal the ball and sends it back toward midfield. Anna Diaz giving chase. And Portsmouth didn't really have anything going there, so instead they sent it back the other way. Michael heads it out of bounds.
We've got hopefully some listeners and viewers on the West Coast right now.
Really? We may have some in Kansas as well.
At the break, the coach's mother, Dee Karen, had me hook her up with our coverage, and she sent the link out to relatives on the West Coast.
There you go. So Bedford with the ball now. Kylie Morris sandwiched there by a couple Portsmouth Clippers. For those who might not know which team's which, Portsmouth is in the maroon, white numbers. Bedford, white, red numbers, black trim. Ball sent up front. Nice attempt there, but Guaracino unable to get anything done with it. The ball was stolen before it got to her. Now sending it back the other way.
Ping pong.
Is Neve Humphrey.
Back and forth from the two of them.
And
nice steal.
Very nice steal made there on the offensive end by the Bulldogs, but not a whole lot going. Crowder will send it up to Anna Diaz. Diaz looking for an angle up there, couldn't find it. And now Portsmouth steals and we'll go back the other way. Honda with it, making her move. Ball stolen by Neve Humphrey, who has been clogging just about every passing lane today.
Portsmouth girls are impressive in terms of their speed, I'll tell you. I've got like a track team out there.
They are certainly fast. Honda sends it to Annie Parker. Now nice job by Cloutier tackling the ball, getting rid of it, and not incurring a penalty, even better. Now Lana Morris fighting for the ball. Can't get it. It goes off her sister Kylie's foot. And it will be Portsmouth throw by Morgan Runke. Runke to the freshman Guaracino. Now to Cloutier. Crowder. Crowder trying to fight through Annie Parker for the, or I should say Maggie Parker for the ball. But Parker tough and strong.
Portsmouth making many more good first touches, getting the ball under control, not having it bounce off them the way that they did in the beginning of the game. And
that was something that was conspicuous by its absence in the first. Diaz to Morris to Crowder. We'll see Crowder will send it back over to Kylie Morris, maybe. Instead, keeps it herself. Ava Dubois with it, looking up the right side. We'll see if Bedford can hang on to it, keep it in. Lana Morris does, and now a little bit of ball control. And the ball sent, taken by Portsmouth, sent to Guaracino. And now Honda will try to get it to Guaracino, can't. Humphrey steals it, and now Morris.
Probably continue the ball to the left side, I would guess, but nope.
Crowder to Morris. Morris chips it to her sister Lana. Portsmouth sort of clears, not all the way, to Annie Parker. Now to Honda, off the head. Cloutier with the head, using that thing as a weapon. And a penalty called there on Grace Crowder, so it will be a Portsmouth kick.
Dangerous play.
It was most certainly called that.
At the half, I spotted our boys coaching staff, the Bedford team of Peppers and Diaz watching the game. Of course, Mr. Diaz is also the father of our backup keeper. Oh, not keeper.
No.
Anna.
Diaz is on the
Anna
field.
Diaz, I'm
Yes.
sorry. You're the father of the
I'm
backup
the father
keeper.
of the backup keeper. Yes. You had me very confused.
I could tell
Yes.
something was up there.
Ball, a shot on goal taken by Portsmouth. It'll go off of a Bedford foot and will result in a Portsmouth corner kick. Boisterous Portsmouth section over here to our right as Avery Runke will set things up for a set piece. Zoe Santos getting everybody in place for it. And we have already seen the refs establish that it can get a little bit rough in the box. So we'll see how that goes. Ball to Santos off of Zoe and gets run into again by another Portsmouth player going for the ball.
And referee appeared to probably say something. At least that's what he should have done. You don't want to blow the whistle there and make the goalkeeper put the ball down and play it off the turf.
Not in that situation, no, but unfortunately he's sort of set a precedent at this point that the keeper's fair game.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Now Runke sends it back over to the far side. Ball sent into the box by Bulldog, but taken there by Neve Humphrey, who sends it up, tries to find Crowder. And Portsmouth is now packing everybody in the offensive end. Morris tries to steal. Crowder finds Diaz. That is Sean Diaz's daughter.
Yes.
And sent right back the other way by Portsmouth's Charlotte Hackett. And Santos will field it on a couple hops and take her time. 33 minutes left in the game. Bulldogs 1, Clippers nothing. Winner of this game will get to play the winner of the later game, which is Exeter v. Timberlane. And if everything goes according to the chalk, you have an Exeter team that comes in at 17-0. So I and many others would be shocked if they weren't the ones that they faced, but hey, you never know. A trip that Exeter, or Portsmouth I should say, was looking for a call. Didn't get one. Neve Humphrey to Crowder. Up the far side. Looking for a Bulldog, trying to find Grace Odell. Can't. Portsmouth winds up clearing it out. And then a steal there made by Kate Michael. And the ball goes off of Portsmouth. It'll be throw on the far side.
Yeah, the seating is held up at this point. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here tonight. And as of now, like you said, it's going to be 1 versus 3, probably. At least that's what the odds makers are telling us.
Based on win expectation and all that sort of stuff, quite probably.
Goals scored against.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Statistics.
You know,
I've got that program at home.
Yes.
I didn't bring it with me, but
yes,
I checked it out. Put the numbers in.
Morris to Cloutier. She might be able to square one up from there to Morris. Now a tackle made, not necessarily on the ball, but probably more on the body. Not called, and Portsmouth will come right back the other way.
But we've got on that side of the field, there's 5 Bedford players, defenders, and
it will be a Bedford throw going the other direction.
It's 5-on-1.
Looking for where you can find upcoming Bedford Bulldogs games. BCTV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, which offers a New Hampshire high school sports broadcast schedule listing games from all across the state. Our peers in other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live stream. Find Bedford Bulldogs game coverage and more at www.nhccm.org/network. A little bit of extracurriculars taking place at midfield. Nothing called. And Portsmouth trying to hold it in, but Annalise Campbell unsuccessful at doing so. Now gets it over to Morgan Runke on the near side. Ava Dubois fighting for the ball with Runke. Runke trips and falls, and Dubois called for that one. I'm not quite certain that she just happened to be the closest possible human. But the kick, regardless, will be taken there by Sylvia Guaracino, the freshman, or Guaracino, I should say, the freshman who scored one of the 2 goals in the win against Pinkerton.
I just noticed something that I hadn't. Well, let me interrupt you real quick. The referee, that's the second time that I noticed, he reached in his pocket after he called a foul. He's got a little squirt bottle with some white temporary paint like they do in
Slover sends
soccer.
it into the box, ahead by Cloutier, gets rid of it.
It's like a shaving cream sort of a consistency that marks where to put the ball for the free kick.
Huh, interesting. Ball off the head of Dubois in a positive offensive direction. She's outnumbered up there, but it's 1v about 5. Ava somehow comes out of there with the ball, gets it to the middle to Odell, tries to, and Portsmouth will steal, but they are on a run, but nothing doing. Cloutier slide tackles the ball out of bounds, and it will be a Portsmouth throw from the near side.
Nice defensive play after that pressure that was put on.
Parker with it. She'll take a stab at the goal, nothing doing, and sends it to one of her frontline players moving up the far side. Sends it back over to the corner. Nice play there made by Kylie Morris to get rid of the ball, and then off the Portsmouth offensive player's head. Now popped back out, and a foul call. They say it was on Portsmouth, shoving the back.
Nice call.
And it will be Bedford going back the other direction.
One of the advantages to that's hard for a lot of spectators to understand is that in the three-man system, the referee is closer to the players, consistently throughout most of the game, and therefore he can actually talk to them.
That may have been a handball.
Yeah, at least Bedford controlled it, so
yes,
it
there
worked out
was
okay.
no signal for it, but yes, Bedford controlled it. Anna Diaz got the ball off the touch from Grace Odell. Now Bedford holding it in. Kylie Morris taking her time, evaluating her options. Gets it to Lana Morris. Now over top, Araceli Cloutier with it. Played off the chest by the Portsmouth player. Nice job by Diaz to send it toward the goal, but nobody there. That was kind of all Anna could have done out of that, other than get a completely clean touch, and I think the degree of difficulty on that one was high.
Yeah. And extend that, what I was pointing out, the referee, although we see things that we think are fouls from up here, sometimes the referee is talking to the players about what they just did and drawing the line, letting them know what they can and they can't do. And a good referee doesn't have to use the whistle all the time. They can talk to these players and try to, anyway, control things without the whistle.
Ball sent by Portsmouth, stolen by Dubois, now off of Ava's foot. Lana Morris controls. Lana looks back to Ava. Ava to the middle to Crowder. Crowder, about one too many touches. If she could have done it one time, she might have had a good shot at it. Now Neve Humphrey will hold the ball in. Neve to Ava Dubois. Ava sends it with her right foot. Portsmouth, a little bit of miscommunication there, and they got away with one. Morgan Runke with it, and she's starting the run. Sends it up the left side, trying to find Avery Cole, and the ball will just roll harmlessly out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw to our left.
Fortunate situation on that. The field is pitched a little bit to keep the water runoff off, not sitting on the field, and that helped that ball travel out of bounds.
Throw in sent to Dubois. Dubois
Nice.
to Morris. Morris with the left to Crowder. Crowder to Diaz. Diaz taking her time, finds Dubois on the near side. Dubois looking up front to Lana. And Lana will fight for that ball with the Portsmouth defender. Now taking her time is Lana Morris. And getting grabbed and angling for a whistle, but wasn't going to get one there. Not in a three official system.
Well, the linesmen, especially when things are close like that to them, that's a time that you might see them put the flag up.
Ball sent into the box off the foot of Diaz, and the keeper, Coombs, will pick it up and get rid of it. Now Kylie Morris trying to control it. Can't. And instead it's Sari Stein with the right foot, unusual for her, to Lana Morris up front. And Bedford basically just cleared on that one. 25.5 left, 1-0 Bedford. Ball sent into the box, and Zoe Santos comes off her line, picks it up on a couple hops, and will take a moment and make a choice.
Over the years, I heard a few officials that would kind of lose some respect of their fellow officials when the referee before the game would tell the linesman, don't put the flag up for fouls. That's my job, and it's not the right way to run the game. but some officials have done that, and the linesmen have to just cooperate.
Bedford girls volleyball continues its dominance across the state as the JV and freshman teams won state titles this season. The top-seeded varsity team continues its quest for a three-peat as they battle the fourth-seeded Exeter Bluehawks tomorrow at Pinkerton Academy in the NHIAA semifinals. You can catch all the action live right here on BCTV HD 1072 and our YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Portsmouth sends it in. Neve Humphrey is kind of everywhere. Makes the play.
It was a nice play with her knee or thigh.
Somehow managed to do it. Kylie Morris tries to clear unsuccessfully. Cole wound up with it, couldn't control, and now Bedford sends it back the other way. It'll be a Clipper throw from just to our right.
Bedford sub. Coming in the far side. I cannot read the numbers over there.
That is McKenna Snow. She's got the blue shoes.
I think our lighting system at Bulldog Stadium is a little bit superior to this.
It may be. Over the course of the year, you can identify people by their shoes. That's been the money move. We've come a long way from everybody wearing the black and white Adidas.
Man of many talents. Yes.
Yes. Crowder, Diaz to the middle. Diaz looking to her right. Now to Snow. Snow back to the middle. Finds Crowder. Crowder to Dubois. And Dubois can't control. Instead, does her best to knock the ball away from Ailish Honda. And now Annie Parker controls. Ball kicked off of Honda's shin. And Portsmouth can't get a whole lot going. They're trying to get that fast break going, but Bedford's midfielders are doing everything they can in their power to stop it. Araceli Cloutier, a tackle on that one, winds up getting knocked down, but no call. What did you have on that one, Bill?
Could have been 50-50 because Araceli was playing the ball and was going down as she did it, I think. I don't think it was all based on the contact from
Who would you have called the
Portsmouth
foul on? Would it have been on Portsmouth or Araceli?
50-50.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not sure. And some might argue that it was a dangerous play by Araceli.
Araceli with the header to Lana Morris.
On the turf.
And that may be. Lana with it, collects the ball. Grace Crowder and Ava Dubois on the near side. Crowder wins the 50-50, but can't do anything with it. Runke sends it back, and now Kylie Morris will send it to midfield to Anna Diaz. Back to Morris. Kylie looking around, looking for her sister up front, and instead elects to send it back to Kate Michael. Now to McKenna Snow, back to Michael. Michael making a run. And Kate Michael, who played a lot in the front line in past years, sends it to Grace Crowder, but nothing doing there. Kylie Morris went back on D to help out Michael. And as a result, the Bulldogs are still balanced. And that's a good team. That's good communication.
Absolutely. Grace Crowder looks a little bit fatigued at this point. She just made two errors or didn't complete a couple plays that I think she normally should have been able to. And after that last one, you can see that she's showing a little lack of vim and vigor.
Regardless, ball sent up. Trapped there by Portsmouth, stolen from Anna Diaz. Now Kylie Morris to Crowder. Crowder got some green in front of her. Tried to send it up to Lana, but nothing doing there. Ball goes off of the foot of Ava Dubois, and now Ava will bother the Portsmouth defensive player and sends it up front. Ava thought she was just going to send it out of bounds, as did I, frankly.
And Lauren, I believe it was Crowder that had the hat trick 2 games ago.
Grace did have the hat trick against Nashua North. It has been a long season for these girls. That much is certain. Now McKenna Snow picks the pocket of the Portsmouth defender, and Crowder heads into the box looking for Snow. Can't find her. Now Ava Dubois with it, sends it into the box again, looking for somebody. Good pass by Ava, but you got to have somebody backing you up on a play like that.
If I was down there along the sidelines, I'd be yelling, shoot it, take a shot.
Yep. halfway home in the second half. So if we were playing a soccer game that was quarters, this would be the fourth quarter. Just started.
And that's going to upset the Portsmouth fans.
I think they'll be okay.
A marginal potential foul right before that would have gone the other direction, and then to call that. And there you go. There's, see the little spray?
Yep. Interesting. It's like spray on hair. Araceli Cloutier sends it in. That one will go over Crowder, over everybody. Portsmouth tries to clear it, but once that one hits the ground, it's going to bounce the other way. And sure enough, it did. Nice slide tackle there by Cloutier. Gets it to Crowder. Crowder, Diaz. Diaz, Morris. Back to Crowder on the near side. Sends it once. And that one will go on one hop to the goalie, Coombs. And Bill Klein is clapping.
Yes, I am applauding here. That's what these Bulldog girls got to do. Take some shots.
Portsmouth sends it back up. A foot race to the ball down in the corner. Stella Bolduck and Kate Michael fighting for it, but Michael did a great job to catch her. It was like watching Wild Kingdom down there. The ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw over on the far side. Easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to www.wbnh.bedfordnh.org for the stream link. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, Radio Garden, and the Town of Bedford app. Just tell Alexa to play Bedford 105.1. I don't have Alexa. Do you have Alexa?
No, I don't. But in my car now, I have two. I have Audi and Siri. I've got two ladies to help me maneuver and do things.
It can be confusing.
Hey.
So you have your wife and you have other women that will tell you things.
Well, I guess I should have said three females in the car with me at times.
Occasionally. You're just the man operating the vehicle.
And when it's a second Audi, and I didn't know I had it until all of a sudden it said, "Can I help you? I'm Audi."
It's like talking to It's like talking to Kit. It's like you're Michael Knight.
Yes. I like that car.
The future is here. Bedford with it.
Oh, gosh.
A little misplay down there. They're just trying to clear it now. Ball off of the Portsmouth offensive player by Neve Humphrey. 1-0, 17:25 left. Great job by McKenna Snow. She is an absolute thief. The pickpocket on the front line is McKenna, and that really not necessary.
Play on.
And Lana Morris winds up coming up with the ball out of that. And now the Portsmouth defender comes right back and throws a fist at Lana. Can you believe that?
I did.
Ball sent by Snow is just a hey, get away from me, with a little bit more of a flourish that went along with it. You'll enjoy that on replay. Nice play there by Sari Stein, knocking the ball away, and it will get all the way to Zoe Santos, where Zoe will get rid of it.
Yeah, she could have easily come out and kicked it, but under the circumstances, they want to slow this thing down, give our girls a break, and Zoe did exactly the right thing.
As with any
patience.
Established athlete, you know what the clock is on the play, not this clock that's to our right, telling our right and left, telling us time left in the game. The clock that actually tells you how long you have to make a play. And Zoe has that mental clock, and that allowed her to buy some times for her teammates. Maggie Parker with it, sends it in. Long way to run for Bolduc, or Bolduck, I should say. And it will go harmlessly across the end line. Bedford kick. Enjoying the game? Check out more BHS sports action from Bedford Community TV on your Roku or soon to be Apple TV. You can also watch the Cablecast Screenweave app on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen.
Just over 15 minutes left to play here.
And I've gotten all the reads done except one.
You're doing awesome.
I have multiple scores that I'm caring about. Ball sent over to the far side by Portsmouth. And nice job by the Bedford defender coming out to play that ball, intelligently so. Now Crowder looks up front and tried to find Lana Morris, nothing doing. Grace Odell saw that ball coming up, and rather than give Portsmouth the opportunity to play it, Grace came up, played the ball, and it made a difference. Made a difference early in the game when she did that. That was the catalyst for the goal that scored and made it 1-0. Bedford scored about 5.5 minutes in off a corner kick. Portsmouth just couldn't get the ball out of the box, no matter how it tried. And finally, Lana Morris found the back of the net and made it 1-0. And that's where we stand right now. But that entire corner kick was sparked by the play of Grace Odell, sort of badgering the Portsmouth defender down along the line.
Portsmouth has been quick and aggressive.
Foul whistled on Kylie Morris, and with that, there was no spray on the ground that time.
Maybe the Gillette foamy.
It was the time that I looked for it.
Fell
Yes.
out. Yeah.
I think he's more of a Barbasol guy, honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Bella Slover will send it in for Portsmouth. Araceli Cloutier bravely puts her head right in the middle of it. And now Bedford will come right back the other way. Lana Morris has on her right McKenna Snow and also Araceli Cloutier making the run. Araceli drag back, looks to the middle. Grace Crowder with it. See if Crowder can find a couple touches. Finds Anna Diaz. Anna to Crowder. Crowder one dribble. Now it's her and the keeper. Combs! And just to the left of the net. Man, oh man. Picked a great spot and missed it by inches. We can actually watch it. We got the delay a little bit. The delay on this TV is a minute and a half. So we're going to be waiting a while. May as well have a Snickers.
Andrew, can we set it up so we can just do replay up there too? Come on, you can do that. You're a magician with the electronics up here in the booth.
13:23 left here in the game. I will maybe remember to go back and watch that.
Wow.
In a minute. Maybe I won't. Coombs made a great dive at that ball, too. Tough play, and she sold out for it.
Right before the game, some of our parents were telling me that the first thing they do when they get home after a game like this is they turn on BC TV and watch it again.
That's the first thing. Crowder with a missile to the right of the net.
Wow, here comes a goal on our TV.
You may have
14:05.
You may have said she was fatigued, Bill, but right now she's not showing it. Whatever she got in the tank, she found.
Here it is.
They sent it right back. Anna sent it to Crowder. Crowder had one touch and then that little sweet left. It is on the YouTube.
YouTube, yes.
That would be actually after the parents get home, take their shoes off, and take a deep breath. These games are not exactly low stress. Possibly, Bill. I'm trying to keep it family friendly.
Yes, I'm gonna. Whoa!
Araceli Cloutier on the tackle. Referee signals play on. There was advantage. Now Guaracino with the left sends it to Zoe Santos. And Zoe makes the play and collapses in exhaustion.
Save of the season right there, as far as putting your whole self into it. Boy, she swallowed up that ball.
She swallowed up the ball.
Jaws.
I will say she. It was a very good save. However, I will give her a daytime Emmy for that one as well.
Wow.
So 11:35 remain here in the game. We haven't had any sort of weird stoppages in play that would lead us to believe that somebody would mysteriously add 11 minutes to the clock later, but I guess anything can happen, as we have long seen proven. Annie Parker dribbling, sends it over to the middle, trying to find another player. Annalise Campbell, nothing doing, and Bedford will send it out back the other way.
It would appear that at this point Bedford is going to be happy with clears and not necessarily work extra hard to put some plays together.
I still think you want to find the jug goal, though. If you can find the jug goal and give yourself that breathing room, that's going to make all the difference. You're not selling out your defense to get it.
Yep.
But if there's a way that you can find one, that's going to be a game changer and open up some eyes as well. So this Bulldog team, the number 3 seed, Portsmouth number 2. Last year, Bedford beat Portsmouth in the semis. This year, Bedford trying to do the same. The winner of this game will have a date with either Exeter, number 1, 17-0, or Timberlane, number 4. But regardless, it's not like you're drawing a cupcake at this point in the season. Kylie Morris with it, tries to tackle from the Portsmouth player that just stole it from her, I should say, in Parker. And now Neve Humphrey does a great job disrupting a passing lane.
Nice. Take it wide. Use
Grace
up some
Crowder
extra time.
takes it wide to
Keep it
McKenna
out here.
Snow, or to Lana Morris, I should say. Lana has it stolen from her, and ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw. Bedford has not had a whole lot of throw-ins.
No, they haven't. You're right.
It's a weird thing that you know now. Bedford has had 3 corner kicks, and Portsmouth has had 1. Bedford will have another throw-in right here, though.
Kind of the opposite of the Merrimack game.
Talking about a no-hitter.
I'll tell you, one stat that may stand out as far as this time period goes is that Bedford's had, including the tourney, 16 shutouts to 12 total for Portsmouth.
Bedford holds the ball in. McKenna Snow lines one up. Hard hit. And Coombs will go to her right, pick it up. Strong throw toward midfield. Kate Michael got beaten by the offensive player on that play, but somehow recovered nicely, able to come up with it, send the ball out of bounds. And so Portsmouth will have a throw.
3 sets of fresh legs coming on for the Portsmouth side.
For you, Bill, as Portsmouth sends that throw in. Ball sent in. Kylie Morris heads it. And now Anna Diaz somehow gets up, heads the ball, steals it away. Bedford clears it way down the line. I'll get to that thought in 1 second. Looking for where you can find upcoming Bedford Bulldogs games. BCTV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, which offers the New Hampshire High School Sports Broadcast schedule listing games from all across the state. Our peers in other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live streams. Find Bedford Bulldogs game coverage and more at www.nhccm.org/network. Wow. I'm getting my pictures taken while I do reads.
It's so impressive.
Throw in from the far side. I'm like, all right, I'm going to have a second. I can sneak that one in. Do you think, I guess you have coached soccer, a lot of soccer at a high level as well. And this isn't hockey where you train in lines and you practice in lines. Or maybe it is for Portsmouth because they are making wholesale changes with regularity. Is that a harder situation if you're a player, and is that a harder situation if you're a coach, or is that something where, is that built into what they do?
Part of it, I think, is if you have the players of the caliber that you have, not just 11 to put on the field, but it's a hard choice where you've got another, 5, 6 players that are basically equal. And some of them may play very similar types of games, work together, and if they've been doing it all season, Lauren, hey, it's a strategy that's been working for some people, and one of them is Mickey Smith, because I've seen him do this more than any other team.
Okay.
This is the 4th time, I believe, that I've seen Bedford Portsmouth.
And I will say that is something as a baseball coach that is an advantage that soccer and basketball coaches have, is that you can do that. You can say, I'm going to put this player in for this situation, yep, and then pull them back out of the game, and they're not lost forever. And I understand that's a valuable part of baseball strategy, but at the high school level, it can be tough because you're trying to get a right guy into a right spot or get somebody a look. Well, that might not work.
And it's not just that. It's
ball sent over to the far side by Ailish Honda, the freshman, shot to the right of the net, and it'll be a Bedford goal kick. About 6 minutes remaining here in the game.
Re-entry rules.
Yes,
Baseball,
that's the point. That's the hardest part.
In high school, I believe you still have 1 re-entry for each player. And of course, in the upper levels of international soccer, there is no re-entry whatsoever. But in high school, it's unlimited.
Yes. Portsmouth doing whatever they can, packing the box right now. Honda with it, sends it over to the near side to Runke. Runke sends it into the box. Good job there by Stein. To Morris, now to Crowder. Crowder has it taken from her, now fights for the ball. May have pushed Maggie Parker to the ground. And the yellow card, Grace Crowder for that? Really? You throw a yellow card for that?
I'm a little shocked. I'm disappointed.
That's really strange.
I think part of it could be because there's so little time left. the referee's not paying attention to the ball being kicked behind his head. Sorry, folks, but you have to sub for the player that's carded. And
right, Crowder was trotting off the field, and
I don't know
he's
what
allowing,
the referee was thinking.
He's allowing them an 11v10 on a set piece.
I'm not sure the communication between the linesmen as well that did not help him handle that restart.
Grace for Grace, Odell for Crowder. At what point can you bring her back?
Next stoppage,
okay.
That is a substitution opportunity.
So ball sent into the box there. Nice job by Kylie Morris selling out for that one. McKenna Snow had a chance at it, and a handball on Snow at about the 18-yard line. Looked like it got her right hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's not a bad call.
It was not part of the body at that point. It would have been egregious not to call it. So again, it's Bella Slover to take the shot. Zoe Santos back on that back line. Slover sends it way to the far side. That's an odd placement of the ball when you've got the shot right there. And we are at the 5-minute mark. Yep. Now, from the effectively the 28-yard mark, you have a player shoot on net right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This one, a corner kick. Bedford playing with fire. Santos punches it away. Bulldog chests it. Now Bedford trying to just get that ball out of there, and they certainly did a good job. Portsmouth will have yeoman's work to get the ball back toward the goal again.
May have that ball a little too far for Foot.
Parker, Odell up the left side, and that thing's just going to trickle up. So nice play, Grace Odell, making something happen there.
Portsmouth with another attack.
Portsmouth attacking. Annie Parker can't come up with it. The ball sent out by Kylie Morris. 4 minutes remain here in the game. Nice job there. Great play made by McKenna Snow, but it looked like she might have turned her ankle on that one.
Either that or extended the leg a little bit.
She's coming up gingerly.
The ball.
Having a rough time running, but they're going to have to sub for McKenna on that play. Now, Lana Morris with it. There was no foul on that one. People are complaining as they might, but not so much.
Referee stopping the clock for the substitution, which he does not have to do, but he elected to do it. However, is that our Bedford player that was injured?
It was a Bedford player who was injured. It is most certainly not advantageous to the Bulldogs to be stopping the clock at that point. So we have Snow leaving, Crowder returning. We certainly hope that McKenna is doing all right. Did not look like it was an easy way to go out. So by my count, about 3.5 minutes remain. Bedford's got it in the offensive end. The Bulldogs with 5 players in a defensive set. Crowder will send it toward the middle. Trickles through the middle, nothing doing. Anna Diaz had a shot at it. Now over to the far side, sent by Kylie Morris, and Ava Dubois will give chase, as will the Portsmouth defender, but the ball goes out of bounds. Portsmouth throw far side. 3 minutes unofficially remaining here in the game. Portsmouth throw. Kylie Morris again is everywhere. Now the ball sent up top, but out of bounds. Bedford throw. Kate Michael will take it.
My 55-year-old stopwatch is not a match for this game tonight. I got so excited with that flurry of everything that just occurred that I failed to restart it properly.
You broke the relic.
I broke the relic.
Ay, Dios
Not
mío.
actually broke it, but...
Lana Morris getting trampled underfoot. And Portsmouth possibly a little bit frustrated, getting more physical than they've been all game. And now giving chase over on the far side is Ava Dubois. Tenacious defense played by Ava. And wanted that throw-in call, didn't get it. Portsmouth will take the throw. 2 minutes left now in the game. Throw-in comes. Great job by Crowder going on whatever's left in the tank. Crowder tried to get rid of it, couldn't. And now Michael will fight down low for it, trying to keep the ball out of the box. Portsmouth able to get it into the box. Now with the left foot, Morris sends it back out.
Great play by Morris to
break
Lana. That up.
Now Maggie Parker sends it in. Portsmouth player gets in the way. And it looks like the ball will go out of bounds. I think it was a Bedford throw, but the official says no, Portsmouth throw. I thought it went off the back of a Portsmouth player's head, but not the case. I am not down on the field to see that. Maggie Parker winds up with it after that whole scrum, sends it into the box. Great job by Sari Stein to head it.
May have been a Portsmouth player offside on that, but the ball came right out, so the linesman did not put his flag up.
Anna Diaz sends it out. About 1:10 now left in the game.
I'm counting on you.
I have my watch set. I'm not using a Longines from World War I.
Wow, look at this.
Ball sent all the way to the far side where Haley Coombs will have to come and get it out. Sends it with the left foot up front. Guaracino. And now a great job by Grace Odell stealing that ball out of there. Really making it tough for Portsmouth to get anything going. Now 40 seconds left. Crowder off the back of her head. Odell gives chase. Runke there, loses the ball. Portsmouth recovers. Gets it to Honda, now loses it. Lana Morris with it, with a chance. Grace Odell with it. Takes a shot to the left side of the net. Ball will roll out of bounds, but that worked out just fine for the Bulldogs as the keeper Coombs has to go behind the net. And there's about 15 seconds left here in the game, according to my count. Coombs sends it toward midfield. Anna Diaz, the head. It's going out of bounds on the far side. Not her head, the ball. Now a throw from the far side up the far sideline. And that is going to do it. The timer was right, and the Bulldogs' offense was right tonight as they hold off this extremely difficult Portsmouth Clippers team in a 1-0 victory.
We just saw another unbelievable, incredible soccer match. I'll tell you, that was exciting from start to finish. Like you said earlier, Lauren, this game went fast.
Oh, this thing flew.
It flew by.
This thing flew. So we had one goal in the game. We'll wrap up the scoring for you. Lana Morris at 34-34 in the first, 5:26 into the game off a corner kick. That goal set up by Grace Odell fighting for a ball down in the corner to our left. And without that, you don't get the set piece. Portsmouth couldn't clear. That made it 1-0. And we kind of went, what's going on here? The Bulldogs, we didn't expect a goal was going to be scored that early in the game. And as it turned out, that was the only goal that got scored in the game. 1-0 the final here.
Again?
1-0 again. And we will be right back here in Nashua to cover the NHIAA Division I Championship Friday evening at 5 p.m. The game can be seen live exclusively on the NFHS network due to the broadcast rights they have in the NHIAA. You can catch our coverage, the better coverage, on demand and replaying all next week on Channel 23 and HD 1072. So, Bill, anything final to say before we go hand out candy?
I'm gonna give the Portsmouth ladies the Clippers a little applaud here. They played their hearts out. They played again basically the same way they've been playing, and every single time that they've played us, and we got a good quality goal. They played well, start to finish.
This Portsmouth team is a very tough team, but guess what? Michelle Winning's been saying it all season. This Bedford team's a real tough team too. And absolutely. The talent level on this team, the teamwork, the ball control, the movement. Who's to say Exeter's a very good team, and we know this, but this Bulldog team has just earned an opportunity for a rematch against Exeter here in Nashua Friday night. And hey, one game, 80 minutes, maybe 95, maybe 110. Regardless, we got ourselves a good game Friday night. And this Bedford team, we'd call people out individually, but it was a team victory from the front line to the net. So with that said, our sincere thanks to Bill Jennings for running the scoreboard, Andrew Fenn for doing, as usual, a pro-level job on the camera. And for my broadcast partner, Bill Klein, I'm Lauren Fox. Thank you for joining us. Again, your final, Bedford 1 and Portsmouth 0. You've been watching Bedford Bulldogs Soccer on BCTV.